Here we are. What's going on, people across Cherokee County and around the world, from London to the Bay? Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house. Dean, welcome back to another week.
What's up?
Tell you what, guys, I don't know whether to start anything. It's just been another Twilight Zone. I mean, it's just been a wild kind of week, so let's not waste any time. Boston College and Vandy are setting records for winning. We got a preseason top 10 team, guys, that lost to a team that don't have a coach, and the SEC title game has been set.
It is?
Or has it?
Yes.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I thought it had.
Yo,
West.
Here we are. Guys, it's good to be on. Well, another good day God has given us to.
Haircut. Yeah, he done.
Yeah. It's been a wild, strange week. So, without any further ado, we'll just jump right into it, guys. I hope everybody's having a good evening. And we'll go over here and hit the comment section, see what we got streaming in here. Got a good crowd on tonight, Dane. It's a good sign. We had a lot of good high school football around here. Had a few good college games, too.
Well, we went to around the way. Didn't we?
Wow, what a barn burner it was over there. And there was literally smoke on the field.
Yeah, smoke. And it wasn't from people smoking.
No.
It wasn't. It's not a smoke campus. It's a smoke-free campus. Yeah. So.
Yeah, congrats to Coach O'Brien and Teddy and Larry for getting this team farther than they've ever been in school history.
They've ever been.
They've been to the first round and got beat, but guys, they're going on to round 3. They're going to play Lynn.
It was a great game. You hated to, Coach Howard and that bunch, they were ready. When you hear the stats, you can tell.
What's up? What's just
when you hear the stats, you'll know that they were ready. But they still, no shame in losing that 10-2 for the 5th straight season.
10-win season.
10 wins at least.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm just guessing that they're about 54-10 in the last 5 years, or 54-8.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
You get used to making little deeper runs, and
yeah.
They've made semi-runs for years in 2A.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, to come back down, and we know they lost some kids, and we know the classes, and we know these kids well. We've covered them from baseball and basketball all the way around since Chapel, and then we're freshmen.
Yeah.
Really?
He had a good game.
Yes. And we knew to the last second of the game they were going to put up a fight. They tried to pitch the ball around at the end just to
I
score.
Thought they were going to break it.
I love it, man. That's what's so
5 or 6 laterals.
That's what's so great about high school football.
And they said the boy kicked it. Somebody finally just kicked. Well, the ref got in the way. It seemed like.
I don't know.
I'm one of them, but
I had shared the video, and it was amazing ending. And they make a big play down the sideline.
That was the play of the game.
That was play of the game.
That was 4th and long, and
they had
Spring Garden would have got it back.
Yeah.
With a minute and a half, and
yeah.
They had 430 yards, so there was a good chance they drove down.
Very good chance.
And I'd like Spring Garden's chances if it went in overtime, being at home.
Yeah.
Spring Garden's hard to hold out from 10 yards.
Yeah.
But Tucker just. And the guy was all over him.
He was, yeah.
Not interfering either.
No, and we've seen. I shared the video there.
I believe it was Winstead, probably.
Brick Boy shared the video. He was on that sideline, and we was on the other side. I couldn't see, and I shared the video on our page. You can go over there and look at the video. He's right in front of it, and it was just have you seen it? The video of him catching it?
No, but I.
Yeah, he's just jumping back 2 hands,
it's perfect coverage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't have covered it no better.
No, there's nothing else he could have done to make any of difference and any better at all.
No.
Let me show you.
Well, Tucker's so tall.
That's not it. There it is.
good gosh.
Laying down backwards, catches it. He's,
I see Winstead's holding his head down, but I mean, he's probably like, "Are you kidding me?" It wasn't for. He didn't get. I mean, I don't even call that. That's not burnt.
No.
I mean, he was laid out backwards.
Yeah.
Maybe the catch of the year.
Yeah.
And you hate to be on the receiving end.
I know, man. What a great game it was, and we feel for the Garden Group because we know them very well. We've covered them since they were kids, and Cam was upset, and I hugged him and told him he's a baller, man.
Oh yeah,
Cam Welsh, you kidding me? And he said he appreciated, and all the emotions going on. First thing he said to me, he's upset. He says, "Thank you for covering us all these years." I was like, "Man, it's not over. We're gonna see you play basketball."
No,
yeah. Right now, it's the right then at the moment. And Mathis, he was really upset, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you're a good football player. You get your head up. You played hard tonight. You can't leave the field feeling bad when you if you felt like you didn't play good and you left something out there, but." Trust me, they didn't nobody leave nothing.
No,
Coosa or Spring Garden.
No,
and
it's a good football game.
And it's hard to beat a team twice.
It is.
No matter what you're doing, it's hard to beat a team twice.
That happens a lot. What's that?
Coach O said to tell y'all he likes y'all better than average shows.
Who? Oh, what's up, Matt and the Matt and Todd show at Dog Nation?
Matt and Todd show, #1 dog fan checking in. Yes, what's up, Big Mike?
Dino. Another big win.
Dino Mike. Yeah, that'll lock it in on that. Thoughts on Cherokee County Daschler? We are going to talk about them next, and thoughts on Cherokee County Randolph. We sure enough got a lot of notes on that. We're glad you stopped by. We've got lots to talk about with that, but Coosa moves on. Is going to play Lynn. We're going to talk about Lynn. Coosa people, if you are hanging around, we want to talk about 1A because 1A is just kind of our wheelhouse. 1, 2, 3A, and 4 because of center. So those are our wheelhouse teams. So we're just going to start with 1A, and let's just get on in here, Dean.
All right.
Let's just get on into 1A, and the game of.
Let me put my glasses on.
Cherokee County. We're going to give their stats in just a minute. There, they
were ridiculous again.
Yeah, well, you know who, man.
Oh, but wait, let me hold it before we finish.
I got the scores rolling there for.
I'm sorry. I meant to give the stats the other night.
That's
for
fine.
Spring Garden.
Yeah.
How did I got it right here?
Then they had over 400, wasn't it?
430.
430 yards offense.
To 367.
Wow.
Pope had 120 rushing and 88 passing. Connor Bates, 178. Reese Winstead had 2 picks for Coosa. Mostella, 201 on 21. And John David Justice threw for 151. And Tucker had 3 catches for 112. Cleto Bryant had 18 tackles. I did not.
18 tackles, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the other.
Well, he had over 10. We know that.
Yeah, I know. On the year, he's going to be.
He's right at 120.
He's going to be way over 100.
Yeah.
For on the year.
Was that before the game the other night? What they sent you? He's at 120. 120.
Yes. Yes. And
He's averaging about 10 a game.
Alberry's at 90.
Mm-hmm.
And McGraw, we heard his name called a lot. He's over 90.
Mm-hmm.
And Moats, we heard his name called a lot. He's at 88.
Well, as far as stats on the year, Connor Bates finished with 1,200. Chap finished with 950 rushing. And 700 or 800 passing.
That's your quarterback finished with 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah, and of course Cam and John Welsh combined for close to 1,000. That's their other 2 backs besides Connor and Chappell. So another good year for them.
John and Big Jacob.
Yeah.
I know. I got some good pictures there when Mostello kind of had broke through, had a big run, and he kind of goes by, and Jacob grabs him.
He stopped right there.
He's so big.
Oh, he's
Jacob, look, he grabbed him and picked him up, and his feet was running off the ground. He just picked him up, and he didn't throw him. He just they kind of went down, you know. I was like, it was like a man grabbing a small guy, and my Stella's not small.
No.
He's a big kid. He works out. He's strong. And Jacob just like, he runs by and he just grabs him and picks him up. And his feet was just like this. It's great, man. It was a great game. I was glad we got to be a part of that.
He had a monster night. He had some good runs. But then, like I said, the play of the game was obviously Tucker's catch.
Yeah, they had a kick. They went for a field goal, missed, and it wound up being dead on the one. We didn't understand how that worked, really.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought it'd been their ball.
That was, and he'd run it out, which they did not score on that drive, but he ran it out to the 40.
Yeah, Kusa got it on the one there and broke out up on the sideline.
He flipped the field. More than likely, if they stopped them on those 3 downs and they had to punt, Spring Garden's going to have the ball on the 40. Mm-hmm. And 430 yards of offense. Wow. That's 40 yards isn't many to go.
Yeah, John David threw the ball well, and it was just a good
game.
Yeah, it kind of
good high school football game.
Tick and tack, a turnover for a turnover or so, something like that. It's just it was a pretty even game. And it's hard to beat somebody twice.
It is. Nobody, but like you said, the farthest that Coosa Christian's ever been in the AHSA. I don't know how they did in the AIHSA, but
they made the first round. They've never won
in the regular.
Yeah, I talked to their pastor there on the field, and he said they'd made it to the first round. I think they played Gaston one time, and they lost, and But Cherokee County Warriors, Dane up against West Morgan.
Wow.
This tailback Fletcher, I knew going in. I was really high on this kid. He runs behind his pads, low center of gravity. They're good up. They got a pretty good line up front. They're pretty good. And Cherokee County goes ahead and takes care of business. And the first half, I'm getting scores back and forth. It was kind of close, but 42-28 wound up being.
It wound up. It's actually 42-20 at one time.
Yeah, it's kind of scored late. So Cornejo was over 200 again.
262.
Yeah, Amos, little kid lightning, close to 100. He had a big play, I think, putting him ahead or something one part before half, I was told.
I think they ended up with 365 rushing again. 500 one week, 365 the next. They didn't rush for that kind of yardage during the year. They rushed for a lot of yards, but not this. Is just mind-boggling what their
total offense was. Close to 500?
Yeah, for 2 weeks in a row. And
well, they got their hands full this week.
Cornejo's going to be close to, probably might have passed
2,000. Yeah, he's got to be right at it. I think he is.
I think somebody told me he was at 1985. Now, that means if Randolph holds him to 14 yards.
30 touchdowns on the season.
But do you think Randolph's going to hold him to 14 yards?
No. I don't think nobody will. It'll be something in the state game that they have to meet up with somebody. And it won't be 14 either. I don't care.
I don't think he's going to get held.
Maybe 114 would be a bad game for him.
I know.
And he's going to have close to 100 tackles. Tristan Brown, Tristan's right out.
Close to 100.
Tristan's at close to 100 tackles too. Yeah. That D-line, man, Cherokee County, I'm telling you, that's the difference. They go to kick, man. They put the ball down there in the end zone. If they score, you're going to get the ball. They're going to touch back. And if they have to punt, well, you're going to have to come out from the 20 or
Right.
That's tough. You got a kicker, and that's what happened. At Coosa, they got a kicker. Burns got to redeem himself after a miss against Valley Head, or they would have been region champs.
Right.
And we do like way too early pick. We like Coosa maybe to be very highly touted to win that region next year.
Oh yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, and Cherokee County too. They're bringing a lot of those guys back.
A lot of guys back.
Yeah,
especially defensively.
We'll move into this.
Oh yeah, you ready to get on this bracket?
This 1A bracket, guys. Y'all hang around, and thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with us. Tina, let's just talk about your youngin' there. Is he already over 2,000, or is he right at it? She'll know.
I heard Tina in 1985 is what I heard today. I don't know. She may know.
It's the darn close. We'll just say he's got 2,000.
Yeah,
he's our player of the year, man. We can fudge numbers for him. 15.
Yeah, 2,800.
2,700 yards rushing, 63 touchdowns, 185 tackles.
Yeah, we can say whatever.
We'll look at this bracket here.
All right.
We're in 1A. Pickens County and Marion County matchup, guys. Last week, Meek takes care of Pickens. Pickens take care of Meek. 36 to 44 was enough. 44 was enough points to beat Meek out. And our darn buddies, the Valley Head, the Purple Tigers, only muster up 6 points on the traveling road to Marion County. Marion gets 27. This game at Valley Head, getting from Aaron, he's our guy, sideline reporter there. The game was super close until they were trying to get out of the end zone with it, Marion, and Valley Head showed to stop them. And the kid may or may not have got out of the end zone. It looked. I got a video. I got a video of it on the line. Oh my God! Right when you kind of need to see, there's kind of a kid in the way. It is. I would not want to make that call. I would side towards them because we play.
Right,
we're gonna pull for them, but he said it just kind of flipped the game for them. It just kind of it wasn't a safety. And they just wind up throwing a pass next play and scoring 99. Yards. There's already 8-0, and that flips it upside down, makes it like 15-0 quick. And but we all know Coach Hammond is not going to tell the guys, that play cost us blah blah. No coach is going. He's going to say, well, if we'd have stopped that pass, or a lot of other things, if we'd have done a lot of other things right, that wouldn't have cost us. And but we feel for Ian and Robinson and the guys.
Finished with hold it. I got the stats here, guys.
Man, he's what a season he's had.
2865.
2,865 yards.
Robinson 1556.
What do you have? 30 touchdowns, 40.
30 something.
I think it was 36 touchdowns.
I think 36. I don't know for a fact if I got the yard. Yeah, 28-15.
So that means Pickens County is going to meet up with Marion County. That is not an unusual matchup. Me and Dean and Bun, if he's on listening, we all went to that game and was scouting them for Cedar Bluff to play.
Oh, yes.
That year.
Yeah, we went down there. We just got back last week.
Pickens County, down at Reform, Alabama. Now,
ate the best Baumhauer. Boy, that was great.
Yes, it was good.
It was good.
The bottom box there we're looking at, Spring Garden 28, Coosa 31. We've talked about that game. Dean, what about Lynn just destroying Addison 41-14? Is that right? 41-14?
And then Addison beat Appalachian, who I thought was a much improved team. 66-22.
Yeah, they're not. They wouldn't. I've seen them play twice.
You wouldn't.
No. It just is what it was because we played them that year, and it was, that didn't surprise me.
I just didn't.
But 41-14.
Well, I didn't think they would beat them 41-14.
Addison.
What they did to Appalachian.
Addison's pretty good.
Yeah.
So obviously, this Lynn team is just bing, bang, boom. Look, Dean, in 2021, Lynn was 0-7 in the region. 0-7.
0-7
yes.
in the region.
Yeah, and then this year they win 41-14 Addison. They beat Donahoe 42-0. 21-20. They've already beat Pickens County. They beat Pickens County back, guys, on September the 29th. Kel Tittle Jr. rushed for 213 yards against Pickens County. He had his best game. They lost. They won the game 21-20. And I go back in like his career in games of yards. And this is kind of something about Lynn. Coosa Christian guys, pay attention here. Number 11, the quarterback Tittle. He throwed for only 40 yards or so, but he threw for 2 touchdowns, and he rushed the other touchdown.
Really?
Yeah.
213 yards rushing
against Pickens County. And Dean, tell them about this player that's one of their defensive guys, too.
Kelly, he's got 1,100 yards.
Guys, pay attention. He's number 3.
8 tackles a game for his career, not just
he averages 7 or 8 a game.
A game for his career.
Yeah.
And Tittle has 2,800. That's rushing and passing.
Now, check this out.
2,800.
Coosa guys, they're going to match up with Lynn. They'll be at Coosa Christian. Guys, Tittle, as a starter, has only lost to Alabama Christian Academy.
Who's pretty good.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a handful, but here's the thing. From last year to now, how? Dean, how'd they go 2-7 on the season and then, go this year? And they're just walking the dog.
2-7, and they've only lost.
And they're juniors.
And that was the only game they lost was to who is a 3A. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about some of their matchups.
Well, they beat Marion County 31-14. Lynn did, who's also in the final 8. They beat Summerton, Holy Spirit, Tarrant, beat Pickens County by 1. Mm-hmm. Beat Addison by 4 touchdowns, beat Donahoe 42-0.
Yeah.
I'd say their biggest win, obviously, would be Marion, Addison, and Pickens.
They'll have to get through Coosa Christian down at the Fighting O'Brien Field Friday night. Be down there in Gadsden.
And see, they did good on defense. 1, 2.
They're going to have to play Pickens County's.
3 shutouts. They've had 3 shutouts. Of course, Coach Christian, they've they're lost to Valley Head, Geraldine, who's also in the Elite Eight, Spring Garden, the first time they played.
Well, yeah, we're getting questions about the South bracket in 1A. Let's just scroll right on up here, Dean.
And then lost to Gatlinburg Pittman.
Those are the breakdowns for Coach Christian hosts Lynn, and Pickens County's host Marion, and that's kind of those matchups. We'll give you the scores, guys. In the South part here, you can look on the screen. Leroy takes out Maplesville 33-8, surprising, and 41-20. 20 was not enough by Linden to beat Brantley, and Elba, the team that we had picked to make it far. Elba gets snuck out by a touchdown by Sweetwater, 27-20, and Milray 63-12. Locopocha, they kind of had snuck in there. So now we're getting down the cream of the crop. Leroy's going to host Brantley, and Sweetwater will host Milray. We look for Sweetwater to move on from that one, and Leroy and Brantley.
I think Sweetwater may win. I'm looking. Okay, let's look here.
I like Brantley to beat Leroy.
I like Brantley because of this right here. They beat Linden 3 touchdowns. They only lost to Highland Home, who's in the Elite Eight, by 1, and they only lost to Elba by a touchdown. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Brantley.
So we like. Excuse me, quarterfinals. We like.
I don't know. You don't think Milry can beat Sweetwater?
No.
I mean, Milry. Look at this right
Yeah,
here.
tell me about them, man. Give me some proof. Because we don't know about.
Well, we don't know nothing about these teams. They beat Clark County they beat Leroy by 3 touchdowns. Milry did. Of course, Sweetwater has beat Thomas. Well, no, Sweetwater lost 1 game. I don't know, man.
Sweetwater's not quite as good.
They did beat Elba.
Looking through the year and their regular season, I was keeping up with them. I'll give their scores during the season.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that.
Linden beat Milry by 6. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and pick an upset there.
Sweetwater goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Milry.
To play
And
Brantley.
obviously, I'm not picking I can't pick 2 of these. I'm not picking Lynn and Coosa Christian. I'm not picking anybody that watches us. I'm going to pick Pickens to beat Marion and Brantley and Milry.
Well, like Brantley and Milry. Now, for that the north up here, and like you said, we don't really pick them, but I kind of like we kind of like Pickens to move on. And all we can say for Coach O'Brien and Teddy, they are working right now doing film. I just talked to Teddy. He just sent me a picture of Larrick. They're working right now.
Right.
This Lynn team is on a mission.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
There can't be. Just take care of the ball.
Well, I mean, they're 400 yards a game.
If they can take care of the ball and control that clock and win some of those battles up front, you got to be able to win the downs. You don't want to get on that 3rd down mark of the stick against Lynn. And I'm not talking the coaches because they know these things. I'm saying they're going, duh, no crap, Matt. But for just fans watching that just come by the page every once in a while, and it's playoff time, people will know a little more. Don't get 3rd down situations and take care of the football, which they pretty much took care of the football. Now, John David, he had a bad overthrow one time. Overthrew the kid pretty bad.
Winstead picked him twice.
Yeah, he threw. Now, another one was pretty close, but one of them.
Winstead's a good defensive back.
He didn't set his back feet, and he got the ball. He let it go up too high, and it come out high. And the Garden made a good play on it because Ragsdale definitely had the kids ready. Just stay in front of the markers.
Yeah, it was just a good game.
Just stay in front of the markers. That's the best thing for that. Let's move on to 2A, Dean.
All right. Let's see here.
2A South. Tuscaloosa Academy will travel to 5 wins, 42-14.
But I do think that
Pisgah and Alpha.
I do think that they'll give them a little bit. I don't think it'll be as easy as the year's been, but I do think 5 wins that game. What about this Aliceville Pisgah?
Yeah, now Pisgah, they beat Southeastern 48-28. And how did Aliceville get there? Well, they beat Faultville 38-21.
And Faultville's good.
Faultville had a pretty good team. They beat Collinsville pretty bad. And Collinsville,
Collinsville was good.
They're not a bad team. Maybe that young group wasn't ready for a playoff, but Dude, I promise you, Coach Ernie and Bunch, that's not a bad football team. They're young, but
I think I'm going to have to pick against our Pisgah cohorts. I mean, Aliceville, look, they beat Pickens County 55-12. They beat Central Tuscaloosa, who's a 5A. I don't know. They beat West End 62-13 and beat Falkville 38-21. So, but Pisgah's playing good ball.
computer says Lynn 28, Coosa 21.
What's it say about Aliceville and Pisgah?
It says Leroy 28, Brantley 27.
Nah, bullcrap.
It says Sweetwater 28, Millery 33.
Okay.
We got Reeltown 35-20. Pisgah falls to Aliceville 42-27.
All right, so we were right on that.
Geraldine, Sylvania, we're going to get into that. Piedmont, Gordo, they got Piedmont 33-28. Anniston, Andalusia.
Andalusia.
They got Andalusia beating Anniston 28-20.
I do too. I got a Coke on it.
Let's see. What was that game you was wanting?
Oh, Aliceville and Pisgah. You said they had Pisgah. What about Clark County Highland Home?
They have
I picked Reeltown to hammer BB Comer.
21-16 Highland Home over Clark County.
I think Highland Home and Reeltown. I think it's going to be Aliceville 5, Highland Home, Reeltown.
And yes, let's slide up here.
Would you agree with that?
For the people at home, Highland Home and Reeltown. BB Comer and Reeltown. Let's see.
I just don't. Reeltown's.
Cherokee County 35, Randolph Academy 29.
Reeltown's been drilling folks. Plus, they beat them once. Well, no. BB Comer. BB Comer's good.
Sweetwater, Millery. Well, where's it at? 5. 42-14. I think I said 30. Did I say 36-14? Oh, I did? Okay.
I'm going to pick Reeltown over Comer. Reeltown ain't give up no points this year.
I know. What, like 80 all year? 80 or 100?
Right at 100. Right at 100. No way. I mean, nothing against BB Comer's.
So we like Reeltown. We like Reeltown to play Highland Home. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Reeltown plays Highland Home. And then you go right here, guys, to
Tuscaloosa. Not Tuscaloosa Academy. 5 and Aliceville.
And you go to this little tool right here, and you type in Highland Home. And it'll pull it up on there. Right there, Highland Home, Alabama versus Reeltown. Nagasala, Alabama. You hit submit. What's Massey say? They got Reeltown beating Highland Home 27-14. Now, out of a 3-game series, they like Reeltown winning every one of them by the score of 56-14, 47-24, and 28-7.
You only beat them 8-7 this year.
So that's the identity on that. So it looks like Reeltown will probably be facing 5 in the semi game in the state championship.
That's what I think.
Now, what does computer think about that? You want to bet 5 spick to win on that one?
I would think. I don't know why. I think Vegas has got 5 winning.
5 and
I don't know
versus
well, Reeltown and 5 may be a good one.
Nagasala versus 5 Alabama. And the submission says 5-27-21, and out of a 3-game series, Reeltown wins one of them 21-6. 5 wins 38-13. 5 wins 41-26. 5 has a 59% chance of beating Reeltown and winning another
state title,
state championship. Let's go on over here to big.
But you can't go by that stuff.
Let's go to 3A. Let's start up here in the north with the fighting Steve Smiths taking out Colbert County 42-20, and Gordo 44-14, dude, over Lauderdale County. I kind of felt Gordo, but 44, I'm a little surprised at that score. Was you? I was a little surprised at the score.
Very.
So Piedmont will play Gordo at Piedmont, and Sylvania will host the Dancing Coach Michaels, Geraldine. Go over there and see their video at Geraldine High School. They were doing the money.
Oh, boy, that was awesome.
They was doing the shuffle, the money dance. They take out Mars Hill Private School 17-14. What a fantastic game.
Shocker. I mean, Mars Hill was supposed to win it, were they not?
Yeah, they were really favored a lot.
Let's see. Geraldine's beat Coosa Christian, lost to 5. Pete Plainview, Hoax Bluff, lost to Sylvania, who they're playing, obviously. Lost to Piedmont. Who has Sylvania been beat by? Piedmont.
Piedmont, yeah.
And 5. Okay, so everybody in the states lost to Piedmont and 5. So, that's it. That's it. They beat Madison Academy 48-45. Wow.
They got Pickens beating Marion County 34-28.
Yeah. We have Pickens beating Marion.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, what about Geraldine and
man.
Sylvania? I'm going to have to go with I'm going to have to pick the Bulldogs.
Geraldine and
I'm
Sylvania.
going to pick Geraldine to go ahead on that.
What's Joey the Fish say here?
What does Ace off Casino say?
Geraldine and Sylvania. Thompson over Hoover by 1, 14-13. Yeah. Well, who are we looking for?
Geraldine
and Sylvania. Well, I wish there it is. 28-20, Sylvania over Geraldine. Sylvania has a 65% chance of winning. They are favored by 8.5.
Those games are just even. Gordo, Piedmont to me. Geraldine, Sylvania.
Piedmont's picked 33-28. Close game. Piedmont is favored by 5.5. 63.5 is the over. The total points for the game.
Who is this?
It's Joey the Fish, man. I'm telling you, this guy, he used to work for us, and he's off running this computer now.
He used to work for us?
Yeah, that's where we remember we was going to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
That day. That's why you hit the subscribe button. We're giving you the picks right here. Make your money line. So,
that's good.
The computer has Sylvania playing Piedmont.
With Piedmont. They got Piedmont beating Gordo. Just like that.
Yeah.
Piedmont just beats Gordo.
Yeah, 28.
Who hadn't lost a game all year.
33-28. Well, they ain't played Jack and Coach Blanchard and Steve.
Oh, no, never mind. I take that back. They've lost 1.
St. James.
I'm sure Coach Steve Smith is taking it more serious than everybody else.
St. James gets the win over W.S. Neal. That's a high score, 42-21. That was a little surprising. The traveling St. James team. So they will be playing Thomasville, who took out Dadeville. Dadeville was a good football team. 15-14. They beat Dadeville.
Wow, Dadeville was good.
Now you got Thomasville versus St. James. Looks like St. James is favored by 13.5. 28-14 looking final there. 49.5 points over. They are a 72% chance for St. James to beat Thomasville. Now,
St. James to beat Thomasville?
Yes.
70?
Yep.
I think. From what I saw in the thing, they look better. And Mobile Christian looks better
and
than Pike County to me.
Mobile Christian, Pike County. Mobile Christian takes out Trinity 27-13, and Alabama Christian at home couldn't hold on at home. And if that's bad, you lose it. 41-39, what a heartbreaker that was. Another heartbreaker right there. You get a team that moves on, Pike County. So you got Pike County and Mobile Christian. Pike County, Mobile Christian. Joey the Fish says that Mobile Christian is 21.5 point favorite, 35-14 final, 86% chance of winning for Mobile Christian.
We got St. James, Mobile Christian, Sylvania, and Piedmont, according to Massey.
Yeah, according to Joey the Fish.
I would pretty much agree with most of that. I think Geraldine can definitely upset Sylvania, and I think Gordo and Piedmont could go either way.
So it looks like Piedmont and Sylvania, and the winner of that will play the winner of
Pike, Mobile Christian, and St. James. More than likely.
Wow. All right, guys, let's. We're fixing to get into talking about this foray that everybody's been talking about. We're going to talk about breakdown, and we're going to get into some of Cherokee County and Randolph Academy. In the South, we've got the scores rolling there.
Step out for just a second.
42-18. Cherokee County takes care of business over West Morgan. Dora 37-47. Seemed like 37 would just be enough, guys, and it just was not. Randolph Academy takes care of business, beating Dora. Not really a huge surprise. We kind of had felt that a little bit. Beat them by 10 at home, too. So Randolph Academy will host Cherokee County. And on the top there, Aniana Fluff Boswell. Go ahead and gets her done. They beat Priceville 34-20. and Deshler hangs on. And what a gut-wrenching game. It went back and forth. Dessler jumped out ahead of Etowah pretty quick.
They would beat Etowah worse than that.
They jumped out quick, and then something happened. In the middle there, after halftime, Coach Glover adjusts, and they come back out firing all cylinders, and Trace Thompson and Sislam and the guys. Freeman, I heard, had a good game. Said he had some broke loose on a couple of big runs. Come back, made it a great game, 36-33, but Dessler holds on to win. They'll face Aniana.
And Aniana beat Priceville?
Yes, the undefeated. See that region, that's what another coach told us.
Yes, he said it's nowhere near as good.
This region is not good. The region with Etowah, Aniana, and Cherokee is definitely just the better region.
Right. Well, it sounds like it.
So, Aniana and Dessler,
obviously, I'm going to pick Center to win. But now
they're favored to win.
I'll go on and tell you ahead of time. Do you want to wait and talk about that?
No, we can.
Randolph's quarterback's thrown for 3,700 yards.
Yeah.
37.
4A Region 7, the Raiders, they were 3-4 in Region last year. That's another one of them stories. Like, Lynn, how do you go from 5-6 to go in the third round of the playoffs? Something's going on.
Well, 3,700 yards, two 1,300-yard receivers? Two. Plus he's rushed for 700.
Yes. The quarterback, Andrew Hunter. And running back, Nick Strong, number 28. Senior Andrew Hunter, number 4 on his jersey. And kicker, Hunter Hess, he's number 15. Dean, he won Player of the Game back a few weeks ago. Their only home game loss was to Priceville, 35-21. Points for 535, and they've given up 221 all year. This Grayson Davenport kid was Player of the Game in the Priceville game. And Priceville, like we said, beat them 35-21. They beat Rogers really bad, and they beat Doran by 10. We just talked about. Dean, what? It's tough. Third rounds. We're getting to the nitty gritty.
Right. I still think, from what we've been told by inside sources, that Cherokee County has played a tougher schedule. But I mean, there's no way this Randolph quarterback is not going to be that good. He's thrown for 3,700 yards, Matt.
No, there ain't no way.
In 12 ball games. You're not going to run up on him and him just not be as good as advertised.
No.
He's got 9,000 career yards, rushing and passing. So that's a tall order, but I think the Warriors can handle it, but it will not be easy. As it has been the last 2 weeks.
No, Coach Kelly knows that. It tightens up every week, gets a little bit tougher and a little bit tougher. And I just looked at this.
Well, it's supposed to. Third round sometimes tougher than the fourth round.
Yes, it is. Cherokee County, Joey the Fish has center number 83 across the list, ranking of teams. Randolph Academy number 102. Center favored by 6.5, 58% chance of winning. Final score 35-29. Cherokee County pulls it out at the end.
I would agree with that.
39-25. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, if you like what you see in here. We're having a good time talking to you guys.
But Dessler Aniana, that's just a toss-up now. I have no idea. I believe Aniana could beat them. We might get a rematch for Cherokee County and Aniana round 4.
Joey the Fish says that's not what's going to happen.
Dessler.
They're favored by 55%. They're a 3.5-point favorite. 35-31. Dessler over Aniana, says Joey the Fish right here on the computer. These are not our picks. I don't know enough about Dessler to make a pick. Hey, let me reemphasize.
Let me see if I can find some stats on Dessler.
And I'll share why. Here's a good reason why we don't share. Why we don't pick.
Right.
Because we don't get to watch all. Well, you pick college games. Well, we can watch all of them.
Right.
We can watch. I don't get to go to LSU or Ole Miss or Alabama to see all. But I can have a computer going, a TV, and my phone. I can watch all these games. I can get stats immediately, live on the scene. Dean struggled today. He can't even get nothing about Gordo.
No
nothing.
Stats.
Nowhere.
No stats.
So how do we know unless there's somebody there?
If they rush for 400 yards a game?
We don't know. There's no way we can know. So that's why we just want to lay that out there. Because people ask us, why don't we pick? I'm not at the games. I've never seen Gordo play. I don't feel safe in my picks to pick a team to win that I ain't even seen play.
I just know they haven't lost.
But we'll let this phone right here, holding in my hand, enjoy the fish here. Massey ratings. .com. Go check it out. Have fun with it. Plug in some teams from all over. I had Cedartown playing Auburn, and for a pick. Yeah, the high school in Cedartown was favored. Cedartown's favored by a touchdown
over Auburn High School.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh,
it was like 36-30. Cedartown over Auburn. Logan Brooks, what's going on, dude? Y'all are about to get me invested in high school football in Alabama, and I don't even have a horse in the race.
You want to make a bet, Logan? Gordo, Piedmont, we're taking them.
He saw them on TV against their terrible Fayette County team. I guess he's talking about.
Who said that?
Bun. Who you talking about?
Oh, they beat them 35-0. Gordo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's why I don't pick high school games. I don't personally. Teams that I've seen both of them play, I can make a better.
Right here.
Okay, good. I got some. We can make a Coos and Spring Garden. We could assume we kind of assume that because of Spring Garden's depth and experience in the playoffs, that would really factor in.
Right.
And you know that's why we don't pick them. We just assume. Well, this kind of looks like that, but
I mean, you still got to play the game.
But we knew. And Coach Howard, of course, knew. He's a smart guy. He knew they were better.
Right. Oh, he knew they were better than they were when they played them.
Right, yes. So all those things factor in. But we just don't see these teams play, so we're not going to pick games we can't see.
I mean, Spring Garden did fumble going in there.
Picking up. Not picking against Stephen Piedmont, no. It's like picking against Bama. Why? I mean, Jack is just ice water, and they're just going to play their game. They almost beat Anniston.
Yeah.
Aston's probably one of the better 4A teams in the state. They're favored to win by some people. Some people like them to beat Andalusia this weekend.
I do not. I'm going to go on and pick Andalusia to beat Anniston based off what I saw against Piedmont.
Andalusia is a 64% chance to win this game. 28-20, favored by 7.5. They are ranked 30 on this rankings, and Anniston's ranked 34, so they're ranked really close together.
Boy, that is a tough Final Four in the South, isn't it? Yeah, that's four good football teams.
Where are we at? Are we on 3?
No, we're on 4A. Handling, Catholic Montgomery, Andalusia, and Anniston. Handling can beat Catholic. I don't think they will, but they could. 42-24 for Catholic over Handley. 74% chance to win. Dude, Catholic's favored by 17.5. Over Handley.
And they're ranked. They got them ranked 13th overall. See here, 13 in the middle.
13th overall in the state.
Yeah. Handley 37. 74% chance to win.
Wow.
Ramsey's favored to beat Leeds 31-14. Leeds is good.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. Ramsey must really be.
See, that's why I don't pick them. I don't know nothing. Now we do know the name Leeds. They are really good.
Yeah, Charles Barkley, and there's a Buc-ee's there.
That's all.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pick Andalusian Catholic, but I think both of those games.
That's who they got.
I think all four of these games. I think Center will be fine. I honestly do, with their rushing attack the way it is.
And I got.
But I think the other three is just a toss-up.
Aniana, they got Dessler beating Aniana, so we're going to look for Dessler to travel to Cherokee County.
Yes.
For the quarterfinal.
We hope so. Well,
Dessler comes to Cherokee.
Yeah.
And Anniston, well, let's see.
No, I'm for Anniston. I can say that. I just don't think they'll beat Anniston.
I think Anniston may host that game. Anniston may host Catholic.
Do you think that? Aren't you for Anniston? I mean, I can say I'm for Anniston.
I like to see him do well. I like Coach White. I like what he's been able to do. You know, everybody in the state knows. Every coach that you walk by on the street say, "Hey, what do you think about Anniston? Boy, if they get them attitudes right, boy, them kids, they are going to win. They're great. They're the best athletes in the state.
They're doing all right.
They're some of the best athletes in the state. And obviously, Coach White is doing a good job, and his staff.
They're 12-0.
He's obviously done something right.
Well, they've got some guys in there that are focused and ready to win, and they want it, and they're hungry.
And we don't. Gulf Shores and Faith Academy will play in the South. I'm just running through these quick day in the 5A. Charles Henderson will face UMS Wright. Pleasant Grove and Arab will plays, and Leeds and Ramsey. Wow. I'll give you that score on that.
What may be the farthest Arab's ever been?
Arab is Pleasant Grove is favored to win 35-14, says Joey the Fish. Faith Academy over Gulf Shores 28-24, says this. And Gardendale 28-27 in a close game. That's a pick'em game nearly. Gardendale and Muscle Shoals.
I'll just gotta be honest. I know nothing about those teams.
So we'll go
5 through 7, nothing.
We'll go 6A South. Homewood plays Saraland, and St. Paul's plays Theodore. Mountain Brook took out Gadsden City Dean this week, 37-6. The computer had Mountain Brook favored. I promise you, I'll go back and show you the score. 36-7. The computer picked Mountain Brook 36-7.
They were wrong.
I don't know how these guys
37-6.
how they do that. I mean, they had it. These
so
scores.
They were 2 points.
Yeah. So Mountain Brook and Hartselle and Muscle Shoals and Gardendale. Mountain Brook and Hartselle. Mountain Brook and Hartselle. Looks like 38-20. Mountain Brook is still favored to win. They're going to probably make a good run at state. And we shared the Gardendale Muscle Shoals and Gardendale. Gardendale favored to win by 1. So you got Gardendale matching up with Mountain Brook, supposed by the Vegas odds machine.
Nah, you know what? I don't know.
I ain't believing that. Let me tell you who's going to win.
I don't care. I mean, when it comes to 6A, I just have no idea. I mean, it's like talking about pickleball. I have no idea.
Auburn plays at Central Phoenix City. And Central Phoenix is picked to beat Auburn 34-28. They are a 6.5 point favorite. And Hoover and Thompson are going to face off in a classic at the Met after they had just taken care of business and beat Hewitt Trustful 28-11. Surprising game there for me. That's the game to be at. Probably in the state by picking the scores I've just went through tonight, guys. Mm-hmm. If you're around that area, it's going to be 28. Go to Academy and buy a heated vest and some heated socks and hand warmers and put on a couple of shirts, the warm heated vest, and then a big coat, a boggin, face wrap, 2 pair of socks, boots, thermal pants, sweatpants, and go to the Hoover Met and watch the closest game by the computer, 14-13, Thompson over Hoover.
Is anybody else going to get in that Final Four besides them 4? At any time.
So it looks like.
Is anybody else that Final Four? That's the same Final Four every year.
I know. Thompson will play. Who do I have? Thompson and Auburn. No, Thompson plays Central Phoenix City. Like we ain't seen that one before.
Yeah, I mean constantly.
Okay.
Auburn. Guys. That's the 4 every year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not every year, but most of the time. And it's like it's coming before they even get there.
So that's kind of it. That's kind of a rundown. We'll kind of give you our thoughts and ideas on some of them. Good luck to Cherokee County traveling north up towards Huntsville, sort of. It is northeast from Coleman, from Wallace State area. It's kind of
Randolph
Academy. Nice place, beautiful campus. Looks like a nice money area.
I have no idea.
I looked it on the map and kind of looked out and had the drive up there.
Yeah,
it's about a 2-hour drive, maybe hour and 50. Good luck to Coach Kelly and the bunch, and I'm sure I'll drop by there one day this week.
Be a good game.
And see them. They're favored. We like them to win that game and come home and play Deshler.
Well,
and the road to 09. That's who y'all had to. Y'all had to beat Deshler, didn't you, when you went state?
Yeah, they beat them in the 4th round.
Yep. So this is a repeat from 09.
Which I knew they were going to beat them because Curry come in there and said the coach from Deshler come up to me and said, "Who do you think y'all play in the finals?" He was talking to center. This was before the game. So, I mean, you don't hear that from head coaches much. He asked the other opposing coach, "Who do you think y'all are going to play in the finals?" In other words, he was saying, "There's no way we're fixing to beat you." And they didn't. Guess what? They didn't. I'm like, what? Huh?
Anniston, yeah, Jacksonville did. Coach Buns, Anniston at Catholic. Yeah, that's going to be a game to be at. The Hoover Met's the closest game picked by the computer.
The Hoover Met.
Be at the Met.
We're getting some stats on Geraldine, right?
Yeah, tell us about that. I just
Well,
need all the football prognosticators all over the state to keep picking my Aniana Redskins to lose We love the underdog role. Go Skins. Yes, Brandon, I know they do. And Fluff is a bad mamma jamma. And the game is played on the grass. But and we hope they'd win. That'd be Coach Kelly and Bunch would love to host Aniana. I think if Deshler wins, Center may have to go to Deshler.
Mm-hmm.
If Aniana beats them,
they'll have to go back to Aniana.
They'll host Aniana.
Oh, they'll host Aniana.
Yes, that's the way we're seeing it, Brandon. If you know any more details, that would be a cool matchup. Center get to play them again.
It's very possible.
They was ahead in the game most of the game, and then got away from them late.
So Aniana handled Deshler. Aniana handled Etowah, and Deshler did not.
Yeah, they played them close.
They played them. It was a good game.
Yeah, Etowah might have Coach Glover, Coach Roach.
And Cherokee County had Aniana 14-3 in the fourth, and then it just kind of slipped away.
Yep, Fluff made a big play.
Because
he's a playmaker,
he's
man.
For 2,000 yards.
Guys, he's a playmaker. When you start getting into these playoffs, they don't make it down there by accident. And we did stay and watch Aniana play in their state championship game too.
Yeah,
we watched Cleveland.
I guess Fluff was their running back. Let's see here. Yeah,
and they just running that buzzsaw. That Viger team they was beating everybody by 30.
Yeah.
And their band, wasn't that band good? Remember, they come behind us playing. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah. We got down with them, didn't we?
Yeah. We were up on that side with Aniana. We sat over there with them.
Yeah, there was a guy from Aniana during the game, and he was good about it.
Was that side? No.
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah, remember? He kept hollering defense.
Defense.
Guys, he hollered it from the start of the game till the end.
Yeah, the whole game. And we got some fans were like, turned around and kind of looking, and some younger girls sat next to us, and I thought they were students, so we just kind of asked, like, do you know this guy? And she's like,
yeah. They didn't even think nothing about it. He does that all the time.
He does it at she said, basketball games. Yeah. So he's the traveling fan, and Brandon, please share with us who he is, or the whole game. We thought it was odd. I've never seen it like in my life.
He did it the entire game.
Nobody. We were sitting with
nobody looked up at him and said, "Will you hush?"
No. And I was like, "Was this somebody telling?" But everybody was just like, "Oh, there's old Greg." Yeah, well, yeah.
And holler nothing while they were. He would say stuff like,
"Come on," or block.
But no, when they were on defense,
the whole time.
He chanted defense. Okay, if Viger ran 51 plays, he chanted it 51 plays. Did he not?
Here we go. That's Matthew Yates, better known as 8-Ball. Yeah, I remember him having it's like he had an 8-Ball boggin or a shirt on. I remember that.
So does he? Matthew, we're not making fun of him.
No, we thought it was odd, and then nobody was saying nothing, so it was like, well,
does he do this?
And the girl said, that's normal. She said, I played basketball here last year. He always does it.
Brandon, does he do this at every game?
Is he still there? Has he got family, or is his nephew, son? Or is it just what he does?
It's kind of unique.
It is.
It really is.
And every game.
Every game.
Every game.
The whole time they're on defense.
Yeah.
He hollers it.
He sat there at the balcony, and the cops kind of wandered over there closer and closer, but nobody was saying nothing. So the cops never told him to be quiet. He wasn't really bothering anybody, but the people like us that were watching the game, enjoying with the town, because we know that area better.
Well, we figured it's pretty normal because the people standing around him wasn't even like looking at it.
No. And the people in front of us were kind of like, oh, yeah. Yeah, they were kind of like joking along with him, and it was amazing. It's good stuff.
It's like the red lights in Somerset, Kentucky. They last 4 and 5 minutes, but to the people up there,
they just get on their phone.
And I'm sitting at the red light going, when's this dang thing going to change? And they're like,
well, calm down, man. Get the fingernail clippers out. I need to cut my toenails. Every game he does it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's pretty much kind of what they told us. But it was unique. But I guess Fluff played in that game.
Well, yeah, that's high school, guys. We broke down 1 through 4, and then dabbled in 5, 6, 7 for you guys just wanting to know scores, and that's it, kind of. And we got our high school stuff out of the way, and we'll
get back in our big college here in a minute, huh?
Change levels, man, because Boston College and Vanderbilt had different kind of things to say. So y'all hang around and don't go nowhere. Come back and stay with us a little while. You hear? And we'll talk about some college stuff. All left.
Alright. Who's that, Matthew McConaughey?
Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the college portion of the show. I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by the Matt and Todd Show, the best dang sports duo going today. If you don't know about it, find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, any of those places that you could imagine. And we couldn't do any of this stuff or do much of anything without our sponsors. Let's give them a hand right now. Let's just go. Thank Jerry Mobley out there at Spring Guard for sponsoring us through the year. Concrete Business, C&C Equipment Rentals over in Leesburg and in Fort Payne. Go by and see them for all your equipment rental needs and stuff. Don't want to miss out on any of the deals they got going on right now. Scott Lloyd's Legal Service, could not do it without him for sure. We appreciate him up here in town on Main Street. Warrior GM, go by and see John, 484-7153. Got great deals going right now. The Colbert Firm, man, Corey, couldn't do it without them, 927-5377. And, of course, J.R. and April McKenzie Eye Clinic, 927-4030. Go by there and get your eyes checked. And they're remodeling an office, and I may be doing a commercial spot for them pretty soon. When they get done remodeling their office, me and J.R. have talked about doing something for them, try to help them out.
Good deal.
Yeah.
They are a good guy.
Yeah, him and April, we appreciate them, all their help. Help out the kids and donations, help get shirts to give the kids and all type of things. Green Bay, baby.
He has done a help. What about Green Bay?
Who
is it?
Sure.
What's Jeff Bicuspid agree with?
Green Bay, Rogers. And about the guy that hollered, the Yates guy. He lost his brother a few years ago.
Yeah.
So he kind of does it in honor of him.
Okay. Well, now let's get this straight. We're not mocking him.
No, it's just different. I've
never been to a game and heard that. And after the first couple of series, you're like, okay,
he'll quit.
No.
But
then we realized he wasn't.
Nobody around us reacted, so we found out it's normal.
Oh well, yeah. Somebody in front of us was like, "Does he do this all the time?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it's normal. What are you talking about?
Hey, they didn't even look at it. The guy standing beside him are sitting there, and he's hollering, and they're like,
it's on their phone.
Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, they're not even paying no attention to it, so
no.
Pretty interesting.
We figured out pretty quick it was normal.
Guys, the SEC title game is set.
Almost, you said. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure. Kentucky's not probably favored, to upset Georgia.
I wouldn't think.
But on December the 3rd, you're going to find out at 3 o'clock, Dean, on CBS, LSU is 3-4 versus Georgia in these title games. They've won 3 or 4.
LSU's going. They're in. Well, but, Logan, you're watching. If Kentucky does beat Georgia, which I don't think they will,
that'll put...
Who goes?
Well, Georgia...
Does Georgia or Tennessee go?
Well, they both have a loss, but Georgia controls the head-to-head, so what does it even matter?
Oh, never mind.
I mean, that's what
Georgia still goes.
Yeah,
so it's set then.
Because they beat Tennessee, so...
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't know what else. And LSU can lose to Texas A&M, but they'll still have...
Because Bama beat Ole Miss.
Right.
Now, if Ole Miss beat Bama and LSU lost to A&M...
It wouldn't matter.
Ole Miss could have went because they would have beat Bama. Right?
So it is set. Wow.
Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the Matt and Todd show. Well... Matt Rule, which calls the defense.
Uh-huh. And Todd.
And Todd Monk. Todd
Monken.
He calls the offense at Georgia. So it's going to be the Matt and Todd show for the SEC title game. However, Will Muschamp is the co-defensive coordinator at Georgia, of course, along with Kirby. I'm sure he's hands-on.
Yeah.
So I don't suspect... What do you guys think? Tennessee just...
He's right. He's right. I don't know what I was thinking. They'd lose head-to-head.
Yeah, Tennessee just scored again in basketball, or who'd they play this week?
I think he's just being funny.
Who'd they play? I didn't even...
Missouri, 66.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I watched about 30 minutes. I watched about 3 minutes of that.
Yeah, Hooker had another good game.
Well, they let the second string guy come in. They were hooking up all over the field. They were trying to score 100. That kind of stuff will kick you in the butt one day.
Yeah,
and you run the score up on people, like how Bama beat, you don't want to, you got to be careful of that.
And that guy had some issues.
They ain't no telling.
I mean, it's possible.
Yes. So LSU takes care of business, Dean, 13-10. Daniels 8 for 15. Nah, the weather was kind of crappy. Only threw for
the stats were terrible.
86 yards, throwed a pick. Williams though had 122 and a touchdown. He is from Houston, Texas, and Fortin from Arkansas because KJ's out. He was 8 for 13. He's got his shoulder is a collarbone issue. 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Rocket only run for 46. But here's the difference, guys. I'm going to put a spotlight on the player, and he's already been talked about if you've been watching ESPN this week. Perkins. 8 tackles. Penn the third had 9. But this Perkins kid, Dean, he's from Cyrus, Texas. Mm-hmm. He played at Cypress Park. 2,500 yards rushing on 195 carries. 44 touchdowns and 750 yards receiving. As a senior, he had 3 picks and 140 yards, and he had a bunch of return yards like punt returns and kickoff returns.
2,500 rushing. And how many receiving?
800. That was his career at Cypress Park. Now, they play in a little Cypress Park area there. It's like Cypress Forest and Cypress Home, and he's at Cypress Park. This Perkins kid, he's a freshman. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he got missed by some other teams, Georgia, Bama. I guess he just didn't fit in.
So he did. What did he do yesterday?
Yeah, he had 8 tackles. Well, and he was, if you watch the game, you know, guys, he showed out. He was just constantly in the backfield. They couldn't do anything.
His yardage is alarming. LSU 240, Arkansas 250. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
SEC West champs. Congrats to Coach Kelly. First year in the SEC, Dean, and he takes out Saban in the bunch. And just daggum, he just said, you know what? I come down here to beat Coach Saban. Mm-hmm. That was his goal, and he succeeded his goal year 1.
Well, you know, I've argued, and I don't want to say argue. We throw that term around too loosely. Debated. Because we're not getting into it. We're not hating each other over it. But, you know, I said, this guy's going to do a good job here. And there was some push.
Nah, he's a joke. He's a clown.
He sucks. He's going to find out how good the SEC
Oh, he'll find out. It's fake Southern voice dancing with the kids in the pictures doing this on the pictures.
And, guys, I wasn't even saying that. I just thought he would do well. Guys, he's done beyond what I was saying.
Who picked LSU? Bryce Young and Anderson come back to Alabama. Everybody picked them to win the West. We did not pick them. We wasn't sure about them winning the conference this year. We definitely didn't know if they could win a title. Mm-hmm. Go back in the summer, watch our show. We liked them for sure to win the West. Mm-hmm. We thought Ole Miss was going to be whatever. Jackson Dart, he's pretty good. Hang in there.
Is he?
No, him and Bryce were almost spot on.
Yeah,
their stats
too. Whenever
I got all their stuff.
You got their stuff. I got the stats on the other guy.
Guys.
I like Dart, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, Kelly's done who picked them to win the SEC West?
Hey, there were people, and I don't want to get on this kick. There were people making memes of Ed Orgeron with a young woman going, "I bet y'all wish y'all had me still," don't you? After they lost to Florida State, who's just drilling folks now.
Yeah, they've turned on.
They beat Syracuse 38-3 yesterday.
Yeah. And Syracuse almost beat Clemson, which we found out Clemson was a fake.
And they also beat Miami 45.
I don't want to say fake. It's just the teams.
Not as good as advertised.
Yeah, like Alabama, they're just not. Facts are facts. The teams that started this playoff, 7 years ago? 8 years ago? Bama's been in it 7 out of 8.
8 or 9th year.
8th year. Bama's been in it every time except once, and the Clemson has. Mm-hmm. Those 2 teams are not in it this year. So if you want some diversity, but here's something that I'll add into that. I thought about this the other night, and you tell me if you agree. Mm-hmm. If you agree with me on this.
All right.
With Clemson and Bama not being in this playoff, I did it then. Do you think it's going to hurt the money?
Nah.
You think the TCU fans? You think Michigan fans are going to show up and sell out seats?
I think Michigan will.
Are they going to travel the way Bama travels?
I don't know. Probably not.
So that's what I'm saying. So just remember this: when there's a debate comes up later about January the 19th or 20th, when we're kind of in that middle stage, waiting for the Super Bowl to happen, or the college title game is over, and we start talking about TV ratings during that down week. College football Final Four ratings were down a little bit. Why?
Right.
They think that not having these same teams in it is going to attract more people.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
And they don't want Bama and Clemson in it because they're trying to win over the two fan bases that started it. They don't want a 12-team playoff. Mm-hmm. But now what Bama fans do want a 12-team playoff. Oh, about 99% of them.
I would say so.
Game 4 into the year, Bama fans are going 12-team playoff phooey. Now they're going, well, we need to think about that playoff. I tell you what, we need to
get
somebody on the phone
to say
we need
if there
to go
was
ahead
a 12-team playoff, Bama would have won it.
We get in it. We need to go ahead and talk about that 12-team playoff. Watch and see. I'm just telling you.
Man, look to me like it's dead ringer. It's going to be Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Tennessee, or TCU.
Yeah. TCU will be at 4. Tennessee will be 5. Mm-hmm. And the rest will all be the same until
I don't think that'll change much.
Thanksgiving week, the next week.
Yeah.
That'll be Michigan and Ohio State will play. Now, as for Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, they take out the Navy, 35-32. Old Payne threw for about 270 yards, 4 touchdowns.
They won again. He's
335 total yards on the day, but they only rushed for 66 on 34 attempts. Navy, of course, had 363 total, but they were 3 for 11 on third downs. That's not like Navy. No, they're not quite as good. Hey, congratulations to Gus Malzahn and winning another fake national championship, 38-31 over Tulane. They kind of stopped that wave as they'd been moving on.
Yeah, they were undefeated, wasn't they?
Yeah, been moving along pretty well besides the past 2 weeks. Clemson, 31-16 over Louisville. 400 total yards. DJ had 185 and a touchdown.
Running back.
Mahafa.
Yeah,
had a good day.
Good game.
Louisville quarterback Daman kind of looks like A.J. McCarron's little brother. Go check him out. Louisville's quarterback. Go look at him. For real, guys. 175 yards, 1 touchdown. He looks like A.J. McCarron's little brother. He looks just like him.
Just like him, huh?
They look like first cousins. He don't want the 12 team.
Who?
Jeff.
No, I don't know. I like this. I mean, hey, you good enough, you get in. I mean, you don't lose ball games, you get in.
Yeah, you just come back and you play better. I don't see much of a change.
No,
I don't see much of a change for Bama. I think this is going to be kind of the normal thing for a while.
I don't.
But college football's changed, and Alabama is playing their defensive line. They have one big guy that plays up front, Young. Had a good night to the night.
He had 12 tackles.
He had a good night.
12 tackles.
He's really the only big guy. The whole defensive line, they'll put 5 guys down there, and they're all linebackers. They're all 220, 230. And they're wondering why they can't get a push against a 300-pound guy. Well, I guess because he weighs you by 100 pounds. So why is Alabama getting their tails whooped? Ole Miss rushed 3 all night. You know how many times Bryce got rushed in the pocket? About every time.
Right. They only had 317 yards.
How does 3 guys get past 5?
I don't know.
How do you
some kind of twist or something?
They're just pushing them off their feet. They're just whooping their tail.
They're not doing anything.
55. I don't. If even he was watching, he would squash me like a bug. And I'm not getting on a kick with him again because I did the same thing last year. Remember number 55, the right guard, Bama. Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah. I have no idea he plays football in Alabama. And if he's watching, or if his kin folks are watching, it is what it is. Watch it. He's getting pushed around and bullied every game, almost the whole game. I have no idea. We cannot find somebody to block better. The whole line, Latham, jumping, offsides, penalties. At least they didn't have 10 penalties.
Well, they only rushed for 108 yesterday.
Have no run game.
And he rushed for.
Gibbs is. Somebody said it like this.
317.
This is kind of interesting. They said Gibbs is like a warm glass of water. Mm-hmm. He just kind of gets you through. Because you'll take a drink because you're thirsty, but you don't like it because it's warm water out of the tap. And he didn't come back in the second half.
No, McClellan had a good game, though. Didn't you think so?
Yes, better. So they're trying to find the run game. It looks like Nick May went upstairs and at halftime and jerked O'Brien around a little bit and choked him with his earphone cords. Say, guys, run the ball. We would stop throwing the – Bryce threw the ball 51 times.
They did it 33 last night, but they run it 34. So they were 50-50 last night.
Go with Leach. Go over to Mississippi State. We're in Ole Miss right now. Just drive up the road and go hang out with your buddy, the old Pirate, and throw the ball 50 times a night. We're not doing that. We're going to play defense.
And that's what –
Bama has become the new – West Coast on the East Coast.
Well, you know they gained 170 yards under their average last night.
Flashy quarterback with receivers that can run and outrun everybody and score a lot of points.
But their receivers can't.
But we can't no more. Those are gone.
Do you think Brooks is coming on?
No,
I do.
No.
A little bit.
No, he just had a good catch or two.
Yeah.
Had a few good catches. They're not going to be.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a world beater, but do you think he
improved last night?
The top of the crew?
No. I guess if you want to. I mean, hot dogs.
The crew they've
dogs.
got now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're just not. They're just not that. They're just good, average football players.
Yeah, they're average. Yes.
And they're going to have a
they're
good.
Not bad.
No, God, no. They would love to have them at Tulane or maybe Arkansas or Vanderbilt. They'd love to have them at Vanderbilt.
I think that's probably hurting them some. That they don't have a Williams or a Judy
Just
or a Waddle or a
JoJo
Ruggs.
He gets stripped in the middle of the field and nearly cost us the game.
Yeah. And some other guy stepped up yesterday. Live at Law. I've never even seen him.
Yeah.
He caught 3 passes.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of him.
I think the tight end's playing good.
The two?
Yes.
He had a good game. Well, they're using him a little bit, see? You got to let him block a little bit, and you need to throw to him, love on him a little bit, too.
And I didn't get to watch it like I did the week before, but, Matt, what? Did the defense play all right?
In the second half, yeah. Well, they were down 10 points 2 different times. Yeah. They come out flat.
I know Anderson had some tackles behind the line.
First play of the game, Richie, the new guy transferred from LSU, out.
Really?
Put his head down, run into a guy, hit him in the side, knocked himself out. And then got hit and spun around. Big mess. He's out. I seen Anderson in the backfield a time or two after the half. They didn't show up first half.
Yeah, he's more
I didn't.
Half. Very good in the second half, though.
No, just kept them in the game. That fourth quarter, they stopped them on a couple of times, and Lane, just being dumb, goes for it on fourth or two, and they stop it. Knock the ball down. And the D-backs played a few snaps good to stop a fire as it was getting out of control.
I did see where Young played good. Of course, Helms had 11 tackles. Toa 7. Did he play better?
No. He's done. He's not a football player. He needs to go sell cars or something.
Arnold 10. Branch played a good game.
Branch was better. I liked his effort last night. Young really loved his motor last night. Boy, Young was getting after it.
Well,
he seemed like he wanted to play. Dude, Alabama defensive line, they're playing all linebackers. Why have we got linebackers all on the front line? We have nobody over. We got one guy will play up as a nose that's 300 pounds. And then you see what happens, guys. Go back and look when Ole Miss got into the goal line. Then we bring in the heavy set. We got 3 guys over 300 pounds in the front. Why are we not playing our bigs? These people are gashing us running the ball.
Right.
We're not gonna know next week because they're playing Austin Peay. JSU plays them for homecoming. Auburn is going to run that football. Cadillac is going to make sure Tank touches about 25, 30 times that Saturday against Alabama. You know how much Tank Bixby would love to run loose? Do you know how big a game it would be for Cadillac to run wild on Alabama and beat Nick Saban? Cadillac, the old boy from Metallica, grew up in apartments with Bo Starkey right here. Hats off to Average Joe. Shout out.
Yeah.
Cadillac and his brothers, Bo growed up with him. Played up here at Etowah. One of the best players I ever seen in my life, by the way, on foot, in real person, in high school. It was amazing.
Oh, he was. He was good. Man, I got some yearly stats for Alabama. I'm not criticizing. I'm just making a
criticize. Your name's on the shirt.
But I mean,
tell them if it's doo-doo, man. If you got a piece of pie and it's crap, just call it.
I'm just talking about the reduction.
It's just not as good.
Young passed for 4,800 last year. He's thrown for 2,400 this year. All right. Robinson rushed for 1,350 last year. Gibbs has 774.
I did too, Jill. I grew up a long time in Trader.
Mechie and Williams had 79 and 96 catches last year. Brooks has 32, and Kobe Prentice has 30.
That's embarrassing.
Numbers are way down.
Well, they can't catch really neither. Not all on Bryce. They've dropped a lot of balls too.
Right. Oh no, Bryce is just production's in half.
Yeah.
I mean, not in half, but 25% less.
Yeah, 35-40% less.
Yeah.
They're just, they're going to be. I'm telling you, you go to this computer and see who gets picked to win the Iron Bowl. Bama's probably going to be picked to win, but if it goes to some overtime again, don't be surprised.
And here's an interesting stat, Matt, that shows you that the defense is not playing as well. Hellam's last year, 87 tackles in 15 ball games. He's got 82 right now in 10.
Well, that's good then.
I mean, he's doing great, but he wasn't having to make as many last year.
And that's what people don't realize. Me and you talked about it off the show. If he's making these tackles, as a football watcher, I hope you understand what that means. That means that the running backs have made it through the line, and he's not meeting them until about 7 yards up the field.
He's a safety, and he's probably getting downfield quick, but he's
good.
At least meeting them at 4.
That's not good, because you know who's getting their tail whooped up front? Toa. Tail whooping. He can't tackle. He throws his arm out there at that goal line play. He threw his arm out. He threw his arm out against Junkins. The kid's a freak.
No,
How did he get out of the state of Alabama?
He's good.
Why did we need to go?
He's from Alabama?
Yeah, look him up. Why did we need to
Where's
go?
he from?
Why did we need to go to Portal for Georgia Tech to get Gibbs? And this kid's running circles around people down there. Are you
Junkins. Ole Miss
freaking
football.
cutting me?
Let's
Why
see.
you be kidding me, man?
Where's Sean Juck? I did not know that.
Michigan wins 34-3 over Nebraska. McCarthy had 129,
Wow.
and my pick'em was Corum for Heisman right now.
Oh,
Corum,
yes.
162 rushing, had 412 total yards. Now,
I agree with Coral Ben.
Junkins played at Pike County, or
He played at Pike Road.
yeah, we watched him play in the state. 2 years ago?
1534 as a senior, 1482. So Pike Road's got some talent.
Yes, they remember they played. They're in it right now. We just talked
I
about
think
them.
Bo might have took some pictures with him.
Yeah, maybe made a deal.
Well, he's a stud.
Yes, and no, are you kidding me? He got out of the state. Why are we in the portal? They ain't nobody. Who's Todd? Who is going after our recruiting? Kirby's gone. No recruiting. Kirby's gone. No defense. Sark's gone. We're throwing the ball 50 times a night. We have no run game. Well, I'd start with Junkins first.
Yeah.
How does he get out of the state?
I don't know.
How's Nick Saban not down there on his door saying, hey, man,
That's
I do own a Mercedes dealership. It'd be a sweet NIL deal for you to come here and play at Alabama.
Let's tap that in. Why didn't
You can look at it on his Max Preps and probably look at it and see
Junkins go
who was on his list. You know,
Alabama? Let's see.
while you look at that, Ohio State 56-14 over Indiana. 662 total yards. Stroud looked good. Had 300 yards.
Both their running backs are out. They
Who's?
can play into something later. Both the Ohio State.
Oh, I know,
running
yeah.
backs are out. Both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, we had
Williams. And
Williams.
Henderson.
He was like high. He was one or two on our preseason top fives. Hayden had 102 running, and Williams had 147 running.
Yeah, and went out. I don't know how long he's out for.
Harrison had 135 receiving.
Oh, he's good.
Najigba, I don't know. They're just not letting him play. They're going to hold him and hold him till the playoffs.
Let's see if he caught
They're doing that on
anything.
purpose.
Let me see if he caught anything yesterday.
They're doing that on purpose. They're holding Najigba out. He's still not playing.
Harrison's come on and become their man.
Well, I mean, when you play nobody.
What about Egbuka?
Yeah, I didn't have. He wasn't up high enough on the. He must not have had
He must not have had many yards.
more than he didn't have more than 100. That's why I didn't write down. Indiana scored 14. I mean, good grief, guys! They don't. Michigan, Ohio State's going to play each other for the ragtag bowl, and it's just embarrassing.
Tennessee did not play.
See, Tennessee and Alabama, LSU, Georgia, those are the top teams on East and West. They're playing. Like I noticed yesterday, like Bama's playing the 11th ranked team in the country. Ohio State's playing who?
Indiana.
What? And Michigan's playing number 87th ranked Nebraska?
Yeah, they beat them pretty
What?
bad. But I do agree with you that Coral's probably going to win this Heisman.
I
Or
like-
Stroud.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Caleb
him.
Williams, possibly.
Yeah, he's going to have to start playing some games. They don't play nobody. They're winning, but it's like they beat what? I don't know, L.A., Electrical Tech College or.
I think the four that's going to get invited are Corum, Williams, Stroud, and Hooker.
Yeah, if Doug and them can keep winning, he had.
They did not have a lot of yards.
They had a Big Ten title berth as of yesterday. They won 17-10 over number 18 Texas.
Not a lot of yards.
You were 17 for 39, well, only 171.
Yeah,
28 yards rushing for the day. What is wrong with Texas?
I got it
What happened to
right.
Bijan Robinson? Did he get shot? Is something wrong? Does he have a parent die and he had to leave?
I don't know. Listen to this: 283 for TCU, 199 for Texas.
Miller
17-10.
He ran for 138.
199 yards, man.
They had 283 total yards on the day. TCU did.
Yeah, that's not many.
No, he ain't gonna beat no big teams like that.
No, 283 is not.
But they will
many.
play for the Big Ten. That's crap. The Big 12 title.
Against.
I don't know yet. I mean, Oklahoma
Yeah,
lost
no.
again.
Yeah, I know. I know, to West Virginia.
Dude, what? I mean, come on, man. Alabama 317 total yards on the day. Lost the battle in yards. 403 for Lane Kiffin. 30-24 is your final. They rushed for 108. McClellan 19 carries for 84 yards. Brooks did have 61. Burton had 50 yards on the day. Defensively, Helms had 11. Arnold had 10 tackles. Wasn't terrible. Now for Ole Miss, Reese had 10 tackles. This guy was all over the field. They was bragging about him. And Dart, same numbers, 18 for 31. Bryce was 21 for 33. 209 for Bryce and 212 for Dart.
But see, you see it there. 21 completions, 209 yards. And you see this, Jeff, you're watching. Matt, you know it. Logan, you're watching. No breakaway.
No.
No breakaway threat.
Who's this Heath kid at Ole Miss? 123 yards. That's
One of their receivers. They got studs. I think Mingo's their best receiver, though. Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, I do too. Guys, I don't know what else that could be. Dean, tell us about Auburn. Guys, let me just say this before we get into Auburn. And Auburn fans, you can tune in, and Alabama fans, you can tune out. Whatever, I'm just being honest. Maybe some Alabama fans need to take a page from the Auburn fan base book, Dean. You know why?
Why?
Watch the pregame, the postgame. When the coach comes out on the field, Coach Cardell, Coach Williams, the place sold out. 2 teams that have won 3 football games. A&M is not bowl eligible.
No.
Neither one of these teams are even going to play in a bowl. It was sold out. Bama fans, their stadium in Auburn last night was rocking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They beat a team with a walk-on guy that played football at Etowah that's just down there helping because he loves his college as a running back just to help.
Yes. Okay.
And they've won the game. Jimbo got paid $750,000 last night in breaking down his salary. You know what Cardell made last night?
What?
More money than he made a year working his little piddly jobs when he was in school working part-time.
Right.
He made $20,000 last night.
$20,000 last night.
$750,000 Jimbo made for losing to a team. No transfer portal. Ain't had no recruits come in. Ain't even got a head coach or I think the offensive play caller.
I don't know.
Guys, and I mean by as saying Bama fans should take a note, Auburn fan base is excited. They're just trying to hang on and have a good time. And I don't want to be ugly and say, well, they're just used to losing because they always have a losing season. That's not always true.
No.
But the standards are, like it or not, are higher at Bama than Auburn, right? They're expected
right now,
to. They're expected if they don't win
Maybe
a title.
not in the 80s, but now,
No.
Yes.
If Bama don't win a title, most fans are distraught and ready to go jump off a bridge. We are not. We're old. I'm 45. You're 50. We've been through the 80s and 90s of Bama. But Auburn fans are excited, and it's a good job. And if Lane's looking for somewhere to go and throw in his clipboard and go somewhere he can make money, they'll pay him. And he can be for a team that's probably better branded. Auburn's a better brand than Ole Miss. It just is.
Well, I see what Auburn rushed for 289 yards yesterday. A&M had 215 But here's my next question. And I told somebody today, I said, no, guys. He's just an interim. He's not even coached long. Is there a chance that Auburn just leaves him in place? I said, it's nothing personal against him, but I said he's never even been a coordinator, guys.
Right. They said, well, Coach Freeman, Notre Dame, they put him in there, he's only been, he was a coordinator. He run half the team.
Yes. And
Cardell has just been over the running backs.
That's it. I mean, which is great. I mean, you're a college position coach, but that's what I told them. I said, they just usually don't make those kind of hires. But is there a chance that they will just stick with Cardell? Because he does have a lot of enthusiasm.
It would be foolish to run him off when they hire a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. That would be...
Well, they're not going to do that.
That would be stupid.
They're not going to. We know that.
You wouldn't want to... Yeah, it's just for morale. Guys, he had 8 kids get saved.
Mm-hmm. After a ball game.
Last week. Mm-hmm. That's great. I don't care if he don't never coach nothing there. If he's just a pastor. Mm-hmm. You getting kids to bring kids to Jesus, that's wonderful. I like it. So they don't want to run him off. But is he going to be the coach? In today's market and the way that
I don't think so.
The climate is with things going on, it probably wouldn't surprise me.
But I don't think there's no doubt they keep him.
But I think it'd be a mistake to hire him as a head coach.
Yeah, I just don't think he's ready to be a full-time, every year head coach.
No, I think he would be maybe stay on for sure and learn and be under some guys. Get some experience. He's young.
He seems like a humble guy. I'm not 100% sure he don't tell them that. Look, man.
It don't feel like the way, from what he says after the games I've watched him, he just says, I love this school. Mm-hmm. I appreciate what they've done for me. I'm just having a good time, and I'm trying to keep the kids. And he just keeps saying love. I want to love the kids. I want to just love on the kids. And that's what he's doing. He's just having a good time.
Yeah.
Don't put pressure on him or the.
They're ready to play against
the AD. Don't do that. Just leave Cadillac alone. Let him have fun and coach. They're not going to a bowl game. Alabama's barely going to make a bowl game. The Iron Bowl is going to be a throwdown. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at Bama. That's the only reason I like Bama in this game.
Yeah, I think Alabama will survive that.
Bama
but
by
I
10.
think they'll get more of a gain than I think they would have.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Hey, what about Bigsby and Hunter? Both of them rushed for 120 yards.
Yeah, see, they're running the ball. They've got back to their roots.
50 times. They ran the ball 50 times.
And they won the game. Because, listen, guys, back me up on this. This is maybe some young people watching, and we're going to get off here in just a minute. Guys, run the ball and play in defense. That's old school. You don't play that way no more. You just drop back and throw it and throw 50 times and, have 600 yards. Well, maybe that is. But if you don't have the personnel to catch it, well, here's what happens. You go 3 and out. Bama has opened up the season every game. Maybe one they didn't. 3 and out every game. Mm-hmm. It stops the clock. Mm-hmm. Then you have to punt. Now, if you're running the ball and you can mix in a screen or here or there, it's running the clock. Mm-hmm. The clock tick, tick, tick is running. And when you try to play that big boy football against a team like Ole Miss or somebody that loves to throw it around, or Tennessee, that's why Tennessee beat. Well, the penalties didn't help Alabama. Mm-hmm. But this is a good year for LSU and Tennessee to catch Alabama because they're just not really that good. And they're trying to mm-hmm. It's like O'Brien wants to keep that identity mm-hmm. without the same cookies. You're trying to put that cookie cutter and
he don't have the personnel.
He's got the triangle and here's the octagon. You're like, well, I'm going to put that, it's just not working. So you think that's what it is?
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I don't think he has the personnel to. I mean, like we said, they're okay, but they're not game breakers.
Well, just look at the yards, look at the stats, look at the numbers, look at the time of possessions. I study this stuff. I'll get into it for an hour.
It's leaving the defense in a bad spot.
Yes, and they don't have the butts. They don't got no legs. They ain't got no strong guys up front. They're playing all linebackers, and you just throw, punt. It gives them the team the ball back, and then your corners are not really good, and they give up these plays because Heifel and them find mismatches, just like they have done with everybody, and they beat you out on plays because those linebackers that are in these corner positions can't cover these hides and these guys.
I want to see what Bama averaged last year. I'm fixing to make I don't know if it's a great point.
It's just, it don't make no sense.
Let me see here. Bama stats. I want to see what they. Well, guys, this sounds stupid, but you give up 313 yards a game, which isn't a lot, but it's not a big deal when you're averaging 550. And Alabama's not averaging 550 this year. Mm. Okay, this year Alabama averages 466. Last year they averaged.
So is it Bryce's arm or our receivers, Jeff?
488. I think it's the receivers.
I think it's both. Bryce is definitely hurt. He only throws 20 passes a day at practice.
Their offense is down 22 yards, and their defense is down 11. But, I mean, he threw a lot last year, but they also run a lot. But he had better receivers. He had Mechie and Williams.
And we're trying to play the same way. Mm-hmm. And it's looked like in the run game, we realized a year or two or three or 4 years ago, let's just be honest. Once Najee Harris was kind of the last, and he wasn't really that kind of back, but once kind of the Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry kind of left, it's just never been an identity to run the ball anymore.
Yeah, now Harris was good, but then you had Harris, Jacobs, you had all them together.
But remember, yes, and they had a trio of 4-star backs, and all 2 or 3 together were great.
Right.
And Najee caught the ball well out of the backfield too.
Very good.
So that was where it's changed, and we're still trying to do that, but the players,
they're just not as
it's not developed. They're not developing the players, and that's on Saban. Everybody else wants to pull punches, and you can't talk about Saban. He's God, Jesus. You have to put, take your shoes off when you come in my room, Nick Saban room. Mm-hmm. I don't. Our name's on this show, and I can say what I want to about Saban. He's supposed to hold these guys accountable, and he's not. Mm-hmm. He keeps saying he is. I watched a little bit of the post-game conference. Did you see it?
No.
You can find it on YouTube. Y'all go back and watch it. It's just, I watched a minute and I turned it off. I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of hearing the guys are doing their best. If that's their set, somebody down. Mm-hmm. There's so many players down there. Some kid that's probably a 3-star that's so hungry to play that'll never get a shot because this guy's just bigger. I want guys to play that's got heart. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of this lag button come out the first half of the game, and that's going to catch you. Mm-hmm. If we run into who could we get in the bowl game?
Bama could get Oregon, maybe Utah.
Oh my God!
I don't think they're going to get Oklahoma State. They're going to get somebody ranked in the top 10. Possibly a USC. Boy, I think that'd be a good matchup. USC and Alabama.
They're trying to throw it all over the field. They will try to throw it.
I'd like to see that because I don't think USC is going to get in this Final Four. I may be wrong, but I don't think so. Hey, Alabama did look really thrilled to win that game yesterday, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I mean, he looked genuinely happy that they got there.
Bryce got in there and started chewing butt with and trying to encourage his guys. Mm-hmm. And Saban just kind of stood to the side and kind of just let him do his thing. I'll put this up on the page before we get off here, and we'll talk about this a little bit.
Which Todd McShay and them will know 110% who, but I may be.
That's the AP poll as of.
Where's Alabama? Go on down a little bit. Let's see. Alabama, maybe a USC, Clemson, Alabama, Clemson rematch. You know what? I'm gonna go on and say they might do that. But if it works out like that.
Where would the ACC and ACC? Where would they match up? What bowl?
I don't know if they would. I don't know.
Let me think how that.
I can't remember how all that works. Gator Bowl, or is it Gator the Citrus?
Yeah, Citrus Orange Bowl. Yeah, Bama goes back to where's it at? Tampa.
Yes.
So they go to
Tampa. One's in Orlando, one's in Tampa, maybe.
Yeah, go to the Dolphins field, and Saban can go back home to the Dolphins, and him and Dabo could fight it out.
Possible. I see a USC. Let's see right now. You got. Let's just play around for fun. Georgia, TCU in the Final Four, and obviously Ohio State, Michigan, which that's not going to happen. But let's just say today you'd have Tennessee.
One of these guys are out.
Yeah, Tennessee, and whoever's out, I'd say plays Tennessee.
Now let's play.
Well, Tennessee might get in.
I think Michigan beats Ohio State.
Okay, but are they still going to let one of them go?
No.
Or are they going to let Tennessee go?
No, if TCU runs the table, they're in.
Yeah, but who's going to be that fourth one? Is it going to be Tennessee?
Yeah, it'll be Tennessee.
Okay.
It's not going to be LSU. They ain't going to beat Georgia. Even if they did, they'd be a 2-loss team.
Yeah, so it'll be Michigan, LSU playing USC and Alabama.
If Georgia lost to LSU, they'd put Georgia at 4 and let them still go in, I would say.
I would think so, too. You saying if Ohio State or Michigan loses, they're done, especially Michigan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
There ain't no way they can let them in.
So we could possibly see let's say Tennessee gets in. We could possibly see an LSU-USC matchup, Alabama-Clemson or Alabama-Utah. That's mine.
Yeah, we played Utah before.
Yeah.
And we got roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Urban Meyer.
Tough game.
That's where he made his name.
I remember that.
Psychologist major from Maryland.
I didn't watch it because I didn't think it would be a good game. And somebody texted me during it and said, it's 21-0.
I was sick.
21-0.
I was sick.
It's okay, Bubba.
I was sick. I couldn't believe that they were. They didn't try to. They just didn't try. There wasn't no try. And that's when. And here's what I worry about. Let's talk about this before we get off, and we're gonna go through our picks.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's gonna be that time of year, guys. The end of the year is rounding up for us, and we're glad that y'all spent the season with us. And basketball next week, Dean will have some college basketball stuff for you.
Yeah, we're getting started in that.
What if we start seeing these players, Anderson, Bryce? My shoulder's kind of hurt. I don't know if I want to play this ball game. I think I need to go ahead and get ready for Anderson. Anderson, I hadn't had a good year, coach. Been a little banged up. I think I'm just going to set out to. Well, I tell you what, I think I'm going. I don't know if I'm going to play this.
It's possible.
What are you Bama fans going to do then?
I mean, I hope that don't happen. We had two the last time they didn't make it. Terrell Lewis and Trayvon Diggs did not play, which I'll give Diggs credit. He's had a great career in the pros.
And Florida had half the team set out in their ball game.
Yes, but that was the only two I remember doing it.
LSU, we lost the SEC title. What's it matter? We're 8-3. We got to go to the Sugar Bowl and play.
You don't think Alabama
USC
wants to prove that they can go 11-2 and end up in maybe a top 5 spot?
LSU and Tennessee tie up in a bowl game somehow. I don't know if they do that, but
I wish they could stop it from doing that, but there's really no way to stop them. How you gonna stop them?
I'm hurt. I don't feel good. I'm hurt.
You gonna find them? I got the flu, coach.
I don't feel good. So what are we gonna do then? Because it's getting that time of year.
Yeah.
2 weeks Iron Bowl will be coming on.
I'm sure it will be bad.
2 weeks now. Bama's got Austin Peay this week.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe. I want to see him play Tyson. Play Simpson this week.
Yeah.
I want to see him play. Milroe's okay, and they should have lined up last night and handed him the ball.
Yeah.
Throw to him out there. Throw to him in the slant. Dude, have y'all seen how big he is? I mean, he's played a little quarterback when Bryce was out. He's huge.
No, he's big.
He was like Derrick Henry.
Can fly fastest guy on the team.
Yes. Dude, why is he not playing? That's one of them things, like, you get in state games and there's some coaches like, well, he's our quarterback, but he's the best tackle on the team. I ain't taking a chance. You're stupid.
Well, Milroe's
you play your
best. Quarterback next year.
Play your best. Just put him in situations and give him the ball. Let him touch the ball.
I wouldn't see a problem with throwing to him. I mean, he can fly.
Dang. All right, where was we wrong and where was we right? Favorite part of the show. LSU at Arkansas.
Did we both pick LSU?
We got LSU. Washington at Oregon.
Ooh, we lost.
Missed that one. K-State and Baylor. K-State at Baylor.
K-State won that 31-3.
31-3. Was it 31? Oh, it was, wasn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, it was a beatdown. I mean,
I texted you that last night. I was like, what has happened to them? Them guys went brain dead. They're supposed to win the Big 12 out there.
Yeah, they were.
They're done.
No.
Mizzou at Tennessee.
I didn't ever hear who won that game.
I don't know.
James Madison.
Check it out. I didn't either. I don't even remember seeing a score. They may have canceled it. May have been weather because it snowed like Arkansas and Kentucky high school football game and
let's see here, James
Kentucky, Bama and Ole Miss. We did cover with that.
Madison.
UCF at Tulane. We did.
Oh gosh, they beat Old Dominion 37-3.
They beat Old Dominion. Well, I got lucky on that one. South Carolina and the Gators. Gators run off.
Man, they did win off, didn't they?
They went. They went in another.
They're actually playing pretty good right
They
now.
was in another atmosphere. Of course, Georgia, Mississippi State. Pretty good game. I did watch the first half. It was
Yeah, Mississippi State played
admirably for a little while.
admirably.
For a little while.
Hey, McConkey, 70-yard touchdown run.
Oh, I know. He's so little. He's just this little guy running out there playing college football. Look, he looks like he's a normal-looking high school kid.
Mm-hmm.
TCU takes care of Texas Longhorns. I took TCU, but I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I expected Texas to upset
Well,
them.
it was at Texas, and I thought, well, this is going to be a huge win for Sark. It will move their program forward.
Yeah.
These two teams don't like each other.
No, Ewers has not been playing well.
I don't know what's going. I don't know.
We thought he was great. We actually thought that they would have beat Bama had he not gone out.
Yeah, but they couldn't even beat TCU.
No, they're 6-4, and they're still bowl eligible. When they're going to bowl, and they'll probably finish 8-4.
Yeah. Auburn took care of A&M. We both had that one picked.
Did we?
North Carolina and Wake, we both won that one too. In a
was a
smoking game.
Good game, wasn't it?
I watched it all the way right to the end, and I was like, "Holy crap! They're going to wind up scoring late or something here, going overtime, or I don't know what's going to happen." So we did pretty good on the picks that week. This week, not any SEC games on. So if you got something to do with your family,
Nothing
or
much going on.
if you just want to hang out, it's going to be cold, guys. Cold all week. Cold. Get a coat, get a blanket, turn on your heat. Terrible weather. It's going to be in the 20s or 30s every night.
Speaker here.
Every night it's going to be in the 20s or 30s. It's not
That was
going to be
not a person.
It's not going to be over 50 any day for a
No,
high.
I know.
And Tuesday morning I'm going to be out working, running papers, and it's going to be about 40 and rain.
Oh gosh, that's nice.
Yeah. And Scott said it ain't rained on him one time since he started it. I said, you jinxed
And
it.
you started last week.
Yeah, my second day it's going to Scott's
I got to
fault.
send him that spring garden
It's
article.
her fault. UAB at LSU at 8 o'clock on ESPN2. I'm just announcing this game because it's UAB, our close team in the state
UAB.
here. Of course, LSU's going to win that one. We didn't
I would
pick
think.
that one. TCU at Baylor.
I'm going to pick TCU.
I'll agree with you. Georgia at Kentucky, 2:30 CBS.
I would have maybe picked Kentucky for an upset if they hadn't got beat by Vandy yesterday.
God, man.
Vandy rushed for 255 yards.
Georgia rushed for 300.
Big win for Vandy.
You like Georgia?
Yes.
No, we got to. Now, our conference is not playing any games worth of crap, but the Pac-12 is.
Yeah.
These games are going to decide who's going to land where for Tuesday, because they're going to have a rankings Tuesday. I'm going to do a show again Tuesday night like I always been doing. Come on, watch it. We'll show the top 10 and we'll look at it and talk about it. Utah at Oregon, 8 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
ESPN.
That's a great game.
Well, 8:30
That is a
ESPN.
great game.
Your late game, go get your popcorn, your hot chocolate, because it's going to be about 30 that night, that Saturday
Utah's playing
night.
out of their mind. I want to go Oregon now. Since it's at Oregon.
Yeah.
I heard if it's close, I always take the home team.
Yeah, I'm just going to be Utah to be
I
different.
wouldn't be shocked if Utah beats them.
I'm picking Utah to be different
Utah.
because I like Cam Rising.
Can I say this and tell me if Utah's lost a couple of ball games, but have they've not underachieved this year? Do you think they've underachieved? I think they've done well.
If they lose this game, it's under.
Okay.
This is the game.
They can't be 3-0. They can't be a 3
No,
loss team.
nope. USC at UCLA, big. That's it. 7 o'clock.
UCLA got beat last night by Arizona, but I still think that's a huge matchup. But they both in Los Angeles, so it's not like you're going a million miles away.
No, we're going across town.
I'm going to take. Yeah, I mean it's just. I mean they get on the bus at 11:30.
They share posters with each other on the interstates, and they put up trash talking.
I'm going to go with USC, but I do think it'll be a good game.
And decently interesting, 1 o'clock, I guess, in the middle of the day for lunch when you get home from work or whatever you're doing. I'll get done fooling around by then. On Big 12 Network, K-State at West Virginia.
I don't think nobody's beating K-State right now. They are playing. I wouldn't want to play them right now.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Logan Brooks, you're watching this. You don't want to play K-State right now.
You gotta be upset to LSU. That's why you hit the
K-State,
subscribe.
best team in the country. Florida State. What about Florida State? Hey, were we right? We said they would be good.
I don't know if I was high on them. During the preseason, I thought Coach was going to do a good job. And
There's 3 or 4, but K-State is just drilling folks. 48-0 over Okie State. Beat Baylor 31-3. Wow.
Yes, he always gives us a shout out over here, Christian, on their show, CNS Sports.
No, Christian Crowder, yeah.
What's up? CNS Sports Talk will be live here at 8. Glad I got to see y'all for a little tonight. Y'all keep up the great work. You as well. They're getting more comfortable, and he's got a new streaming source. One he's using. They got some little snappy background. Looks good. They're talking about college football and stuff, and yeah, we need to collaborate. Like we need to send him a link and get them on, with us, and we can do maybe we can do a bowl pick 'em with them.
All right.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I love bowl pick'em. I don't ever do good on
Christian,
them. I love them.
If you're still watching, he may not be. Account for a day. Second week of December sometime. Mm-hmm. You need to. I'll send you a link and we'll do. You come on with us at 6 and we'll do a bowl pick 'em. We'll get when we start seeing where they're gonna go around Christmas.
Right. Yeah, we'll know. Well, they'll do the bowl selection show when December right after the next day after the.
Yeah, we'll get together, Christian. We'll do around Christmas that week of the 20th something, and I'll send you a link from StreamYard here. It's real easy. Just pull it up on there, and you and the buddy partner can. And we'll do bowl picks. We'll say who's winning what, and Cedar Bluff plays Cedar Bluff. So I'm gonna say Cedar Bluff and Spring Garden and a Sugar Bowl.
Golly, they moved on up, hadn't they? Golly.
Christian guys, he played at Spring Garden Christian.
That's a good question, though. Did the Louisiana, and if anybody knows this, in bigger classifications in Louisiana, does anybody play in the Sugar Bowl, in the Superdome, for a state championship? I wonder. That would be great to play in the Superdome for a state championship. I don't know. I know in Georgia they do not. They did play in the Georgia Dome, but now they've moved it back outside.
Terrible. Stupid idea. Nobody's coming to that.
No. I mean,
because it's like 28 in the middle of the day.
Going to the Dome.
I ain't going outside standing in 30-degree weather watching it. No.
But no, I don't think they.
Balls by 50. Give me K-State and a Bourbon Bowl.
Who's that? Balls by 50.
Yeah, Logan.
Logan, are the Tennessee high school championships, any of them played at Neyland?
No, I bet they ain't.
I don't think they are.
So Alabama's the only one that does the Alabama-Auburn thing?
I don't know. That's interesting. I find that stuff interesting. I know that, like in Friday Night Lights, they played in the Astrodome or wherever where the Cowboys play, right? I think you should.
I would. Yeah, I think it would attract people.
I think you should.
I think JSU should get in on the high school championship game.
Like in Michigan, Class 5A state championship. Play them there at the big house.
Wow. Why not?
Just play them there. I know there's going to be 10 million empty seats, but
that's okay. Put them all in the middle and rope off the other sections. There could be a way to do it. And I want JSU to host. I want JSU to host. Let's let Sanford.
JSU could host.
Can Sanford host a?
Yeah.
Alabama A&M.
Yeah. I don't know about I don't know about theirs. But JSU definitely could host a state championship.
Yes, why are we not in that? Why can that not happen?
JSU could host a state championship for basketball too.
Let's make it happen.
But they always do it, right?
And let's stop playing out-of-state small teams. Alabama, Auburn. Y'all play Jacksonville. Y'all play Sanford. Just start the second team. Start the third team. Alabama lines up against Alabama A&M.
Play them for a quarter. You can play your studs for a quarter. Get you a lead. You don't want to lose a ball game.
Well, I wouldn't care. Just you're going to beat them. Start your second team. It don't even matter. Yeah. Make the starters show up and help. But
and if things get tight, stick them in.
Yeah, which it shouldn't. Shouldn't be close. We need to keep, and that gate gets split with Alabama A&M or Jacksonville. Auburn plays I want to keep it in state. Stop all this playing New Mexico State, Utah, Nevada, Pasadena Technical here in Aid College. Stop doing that.
Here. Not scope for the deaf. Here in Aid College.
Yeah, well then that Verizon Plus or what's that? that place that does hearing aids.
Like Verizon.
At the Chatsworth College. Or
They're known in California.
They're known for like making hearing aids or
She
something.
never did send me those stats.
Audiology school. They play in Chattanooga. Did play at Tennessee Tech for years. I think that's a good idea.
Do they play in Chattanooga? That's good.
That's at Tech then, ain't it? Chattanooga up there on the right when you're going up the interstate.
That's UTC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talladega, Tennessee Chattanooga College.
Yeah.
But nice spot.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I don't know where Tennessee Tech is. He said they used to play in there. Kentucky plays theirs. I'm wanting to say in Louisville, maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Hit that darn subscribe button. Guys, we've had a good time with y'all tonight. We'll be back next week to talk about our local team still hanging around here, Cherokee County. And good luck to old Bryant and old Teddy and them playing. They'll host Lynn. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be cold. All of them tacklers, Cleet, McGraw, and them, they better they better be ready because they're going to run that ball. And Lynn's they're going to try to do their thing, do what they're good at. So y'all go find us on iHeartRadio and Spotify and Applecast and Facebook, YouTube, guys, Twitter. Thank all of you. God bless you, and y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God. And we will catch y'all guys tomorrow, Tuesday night. All right,
guys. Everybody have a great week. Stay warm.
God, it's going to be cold. You better carry a coat with you everywhere you this whole week. Now, closer to Thanksgiving, it's going to get warm back up a little. Next weekend, be decent. Other than that, guys. All right, peace.